It's Eric Nuttall of the Ninepoint Energy Strategies live from Riyadh. I had the privilege of attending the IEA-OPEC Symposium of Energy Views yesterday, in fact, in Riyadh, flying home in a few hours. I just wanted to share some highlights with you. I would say the central theme of the conference was energy realism, where you wide range of speakers, both from industry and energy ministers, sharing their views on the long-term outlook for both oil, natural gas, uranium. And the overwhelming theme was we can now have more realistic conversations about the pace of the supposed energy transition that we are on. OPEC shared their views that the demand for oil will continue to grow for many, many decades to come. Other forecasts kind of echoed that theme. On natural gas, the view is very, very bullish from both industry and from exporting countries in the Gulf state. And the view is that the demand will grow anywhere from 3 to 6% per annum for LNG at least, and growth will continue to about 2050. There was a representative of a Chinese research firm saying the Chinese natural gas demand will double between now and 2040. So a very, very bullish outlook for natural gas, both domestically and globally. And then finally, I would say that oil continues to suffer from a sentiment challenge. One of those reasons has been concerns about peak demand being fueled by one primary information agency. And given the Trump administration, given their funding of said agency, I would say there's optimism that the tone coming from that group will meaningfully change. We'll go from forecasts steeped in scenario-based analysis like IEA outlooks. A good saying was an outlook is not a forecast, but I would say most generalist investors, most journalists take those outlooks, assume that they're forecasts, and when they suggest things like peak oil demand in the next couple of years, they kind of run with that. So that false narrative has really been impacting sentiment towards this space. And so the end of that narrative, that false narrative, I think will be a positive catalyst for oil and energy stocks. Finally, views on supply outlook, reaffirming our view that shale is very clearly in its twilight. We see the rate of growth meaningfully slowing between now and the next several years. A consensus view is growth of about 200,000 barrels per day this year of black oil, falling next year and falling every year thereafter. And so the loss of the largest source of marginal supply is a wildly bullish event and development for the oil markets. And so that's about a 3-minute synopsis. I'm heading on a plane in a few hours. I'm live outside of the Ministry of Energy of Saudi Arabia, and we'll look forward to sharing our views again.